LC Enterprises is proud to present the Exersleeve. In our continuing efforts to improve training and safety for enhanced performance in sports fitness and training, LC Enterprises has developed the Exersleeve weight system. Whether applied in warm-up, training exercises, injury prevention, or injury recovery, the Exersleeve provides a comfortable, easy-to-use, hands-free method of gaining the maximum benefits of support, warmth, and moderate resistance. In the tennis world, your top game is all about proper technique, speed, power, and control. Let's hear what these leading tennis professionals have to say about the Exersleeve.
Well, I'm a USPTA tennis professional, selected by the United States Tennis Association national team to work with all the talented kids in this area. Yeah, so I got to work with the Bryant brothers, Lindsay Davenport, kids like that when they were still juniors. Well, I experimented with it, and I found it was best just to use it with light hitting, not going all out. Using it for light hitting really built up the strength in my arm, because I've had a history of elbow problems, which a lot of players have. But by using it for low-speed tennis, mini tennis, working with the younger kids, I found it really built up the strength in my arm. And it's the one thing you always try to do, is keep the strength level up, because that prevents injuries. After using it for a week or so, I was definitely, when I took it off, definitely playing with a lot more power. Well, it's just the feeling of power. Tennis is a power game, so anything you can do to gain power is a good thing. I think, for someone that's serious about their game, using something like the Exersleeve will give you an edge.
My name is Paul Steele. I'm the Director of Tennis at Sunset Hills Country Club. I'm a USPTA P1 certified coach and a National Strength and Conditioning Association coach. Well, for me, I've had some shoulder issues prior, and so warming up is key for me, and especially being able to replicate exact range of motion type movements was really important. So I would put on the Exersleeve before I would go out either to practice or play or to teach a lesson, and just do a few minutes of kind of mimicking the strokes that I would normally do, and just kind of seemed to loosen me up and to just kind of get some of the neurological and physiological processes going, and made my shoulder feel a lot looser and a lot just a lot easier on my arm when I actually got started. I think the Exersleeve is genius. I mean, I've seen the gamut of exercise equipment. I'm a strength and conditioning professional, so I've seen all the stuff that's out there. 1 to 10, I give it a 10 absolutely, because it just can be used in so many different ways and so many different environments with many different applications to it.
When I first got it, for the first couple weeks, I was actually training for a tournament. So what I did was I'd use it in the first 15-20 minutes, and I actually played with it hitting balls in the warm-up. And so I would use it then, and then when I took it off to play, my arm felt really light, the racket felt light, and I felt like I got a lot more racket speed. In terms of competing, I haven't played in a couple years because we've been putting the club together. And so it was the first tournament I played probably in 3 years, and I actually played very, very well in the tournament, much better than I anticipated playing, and I think a lot of that was getting through the rounds, was having the arm strength. I think it's 2 uses that I would recommend, and I found one would be as a warm-up tool. It was great because being that you had a heavier arm, you couldn't swing as fast with the Exersleeve on, so you had to think a lot more about rhythm and tempo. And I thought that was a good thing. Plus, in tennis, preparation's everything. So having the heavier arm, you had to prepare better and earlier. If you try to just get away with flicking the racket back, you'd have trouble. So I like that. And then in terms of just overall, I like the feeling of having the heavier arm in the beginning, and then when you take it off, feeling very light in my hand. That's a great feeling. I do that for golf too. I really like the way that feels.
I would use it for about 3-4 minutes, just practicing swings while stretching, helping me stretch my arm and my shoulders out, just getting warmed up before I would go out to play. I've had rotator cuff problems. Twice I've torn it. Never had any surgery on it, but a couple cortisone shots and a little time away from playing. The benefits are great for not only warm up but also playing, just to get you. Me personally, I felt it was a It's a great strengthening tool, just although it's minor weight. You're not using heavy weights in tennis, but for swing speed and consistency and strength, I felt a great benefit. I would definitely use that as a teaching tool, especially for beginners. When I was growing up playing tennis, they would have us put a head cover on top of that racket to create a wind resistance, strengthen your arm up. This does the same thing with less stress on the arm. I think that it increases your speed. I mean, you can use it in a multitude of ways. You can use it for just building the swing, the basic technique of a swing, all the way through, and then you can use it as a quickness tool to where you're trying to build up the quickness in your hands and your arm so that you can respond to a faster paced ball. As you get bigger and stronger and people are hitting harder, you want to be able to get that racket back quicker and get it through quicker. That's a great benefit for it.
My name is David Schwartz. I'm a USPTA certified teaching pro of Professional 1, and I'm ranked 19 amongst teaching pros in Southern Cal. I actually started out using it as a coach, which is what I am for a living. So I started using it feeding balls to my clients. And then I actually crossed it over and had one of my clients feed balls to me to see what it would be like if I was in their situation. Whether you're getting repetition on just feeding the balls with no energy on the ball, and then opposite, where the ball had energy on it. It's very comfortable to wear it. In tennis, we actually weight the tennis racket at times. So to have the weight on your arm is much easier than having the weight on the racket. Then I could take it off and try playing without the weight on my arm. Made it a lot lighter. I had a very good experience. Not only is it a great company and a great product that you've designed, but the maneuverability, being able to take it on and off very quickly if you choose to, or leaving it on and have the comfort of wearing it, whether it's for a couple hours of lessons or an hour or two of training purposes. It's going to be very beneficial for young players, but also adults. If somebody's an older player who's just starting out maybe in tennis or in another sport of golf, something with arm movements, I can see that it would teach them how to keep their arm in a more natural setting, having weight on it, and then you can remove the sleeve and see what it's like without the weights.
In conclusion, let's review some of the facts and benefits of the Exersleeve. Remember, proper positioning and distribution of any additional applied weight through the axis of a move or exercise is essential, not only for overall results, but for injury prevention as well. The Exersleeve is designed to maintain these characteristics, as well as provide and sustain consistent, controlled, and natural resistance throughout the entire range of motion during all exercises and movements. As an applied enhancement, the Exersleeve reduces or eliminates factors of drag, an extended moment on joints and tissues subjected to these stresses. The Exersleeve also provides a compression fit that can trap heat, thus delivering warmth to sore, tired muscles. And best of all, the Exersleeve can be comfortably worn in a continuous application. For more information about the Exersleeve, contact LC Enterprises. And thank you for listening.